All right, so for part E, moving on to the position time and the velocity time graphs for the x values. Uh, what really helped me for these questions to really interpret what occurred in this entire experiment was the complex motion problem that I had solved earlier on before the assessment. And then that was how I was able to determine that things like the position originally for the x value has a acceleration and then it moves constantly, which I thought was really helpful. And then I even point that out here that the acceleration occurs in this little curve here. And then it moves to a constant state, 1, 2, and 3 positions, right? And then for the velocity, you can see that there is an acceleration and decrease, so it's decelerating really due to the hand. And then as it's in the air, you can see that it's in constant motion. And then once again, I had labeled it in 3 parts. Now, if we look back here, we have things like the acceleration time for both the x and y. And then we have the position time for the y. And then we also have the velocity time for the y. Now, as you can see that these values obviously are pretty well labeled. I definitely really focused on as much as possible on getting those values accurate. But at the same time, nothing is perfect. So really what I could have done is maybe add some more values on the axis here. Even though for some of them I had added time just to be specific. For some of the other ones, I should have added time, and most likely I should have done that for all of them just to be precise. Now, otherwise, what I really could have done, I also could have labeled things more accurately. So maybe I could have actually pointed arrows to when the acceleration stops or when the gravity stops, or maybe I could find a more accurate way of pointing out when the second initial velocity, when the boy actually lets go of his hand, occurs, right? So there's definitely some errors that occurred in these graphs. I don't think any of these are incorrect. I think all of my graphs are accurate in terms of motion, but at the same time, there is definitely some things I could have done to make these graphs more accurate to the motion of the ball within the experiment and not just the motion of the ball based on physics. So I hope you enjoyed these brief solutions that I had made, and if there's any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.